All right, welcome back to week 7. So almost 2 months now. You know, if you think about it, working on building Vibroblade Ridge, it's quite a lot to think about. It's crazy to think about, actually. But we're gonna go ahead this segment. We're gonna talk about the trees a little bit. Of kind of last week, I gave you a little sneak peek. I have the one kind of built. I had a little bit of troubles this week because actually the part I used to connect the tree to the ground, I have some, but the arms you'll see are being a nuisance. So we're going to get as much tree done as we can, and then we're actually going to get a lot more done up top than I thought we were because I came across some extra Lego I completely forgot I had. So without further ado, let's get into trees, bricks, and foxholes. Let's go. Alright, so in the first bit of the video, we're actually going to get to a little bit more building up top. I ended up coming across some more Lego today. Completely forgot I had this bin. So I'm going through it, got some decent filler brick and stuff in here, some other random stuff like a dinosaur, you know. You always need one of these when you're building. But so I'm going to take whatever filler brick I can, fill up the top here, and then continue to plate it, kind of show you what I'm doing. I also have my ATM6 here. It's not modified yet. I plan to modify it. But essentially, if any of you own a non-modified ATM6, you can see that the top pretty much comes right up to the back here. So if you have one of these, you can kind of, you know, set it down on a flat surface and see that's how tall this mock is. Just, you know, because I know everyone's always wondering, and I kind of had a feeling when I raised it up the 3 levels, it would be the full height of the ATM6, which is amazing, and I'm super happy. So I thought I'd kind of, you know, take a moment before I dove into this to A, show you what I'm doing, and B, even though I'm using numbers, not letters, kind of give you an ability or a way to see how tall this truly is. So let me continue on the build. Alright, so this is where we stand. We did a pretty good job. Pardon me. I almost got this entire edge kind of done. You'll notice actually in here, or right down here, it's a different level. In here it may actually fan out an extra brick on each side, yet I'm not too sure. But I kind of went with this idea that they're kind of right where the clones are going to come up, right in the middle. If this area is kind of be beaten down, dead down, to show kind of a lot of, you know, there's probably been a lot of explosions, just a lot of use of this terrain. So I wanted to bring it down a little bit. Probably, you know, this would be ground level. Kind of, you know, I don't know. I got to work with it. I'll make it all flow. But that's what I kind of had in mind for this. I still have these two areas to go through. I still got a little bit of brick left to go through and random stuff, so I'll probably be able to get this done. I just know as I was doing it, my camera died, so I couldn't time-lapse the rest of it, and I had a whole bunch of other stuff I wanted to look at and get into. But something else I did over here is I started to kind of prototype the top. If you remember, I want to say 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, before I decided to change the height, I went through and I kind of plotted out where I was going to put these kind of foxholes, whatever. And you can see I've kind of done that over here. But I actually kind of started to develop the landscape right here just to get an idea. That's kind of what one of these look like. Some of them would be smaller. These two ended up being a little smaller since they are the first two, but kind of just getting my feel for it, see what I like, what I don't like. But then some of these other ones I'm going to try to make a little bigger so I can put, you know, troopers in there and something like that, especially when we get to kind of the middle zone. I want to, you know, have 4 or 5, maybe even 6 foxholes that I can have some troopers, you know, dug into, kind of hiding from the droids. But that's what we're looking at right now, and I think it's looking really nice, actually. Kind of prototype the rock here. I'm gonna get online looking more other rock work. It looked a little better in my head. Maybe if I shorten it up a bit, not so long. I kind of wanted to see what it looked like with these bricks on top. I'll probably remove them. I don't know, still messing with a lot. I kind of got a rock over here, and I really like this one. But I don't want a whole bunch of rocks being that tall. I like them kind of more at this level. So I'm going to see what I can do, see what I can mess with. I might actually look back at my last mock I did with the Wolfpack, the 104th. I had kind of like that river, and I had like 2, 3, maybe I think maybe even 4 of these small little rocks. I want to try to replicate something like that. But as you can see, I'm pretty much out of slopes, inverted slopes, and some stuff. I still have to go through and finish this. I didn't get really any time to add on to the cliff because of parts and whatnot. I'm using kind of the last little bit, which would probably do a little bit more. I'm using it kind of do mini mocks here and out for my Instagram, and some that may eventually be posted here too, just to kind of keep me doing work. Because the problem was when I did the big Seleucami mock, that was all my parts was just thrown into that. So I kind of wanted to save a little bit of it so I could do other stuff. And that's kind of the idea. But we are still doing progress, even with me kind of holding back some parts. I got to make another order. When I get my next paycheck in, no matter what, I'm probably going to try to place around a $100 order, whether that's coming from the Lego website or I end up going pick-a-brick. I'm not sure yet, but I do want to go ahead and do that. We'll kind of talk about that. I'll go over this again, talk about it more in the closing portion, but that's kind of what I wanted to get at. We may or may not touch on the shuttle again a little bit. I'm not sure, just more of kind of filler for the episode. But one thing I do want to get into actually is the trees. So we're gonna jump over. I have a couple tree designs I want to just kind of go over that are very similar, but kind of get you an idea what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and look at more of these trees. So, kind of something I wanted to talk about this segment was the possibility of adding trees in. Again, something that's going to be done later on. But if I don't think about it now, when I decide to do it, I'm going to be kind of scrambling for an idea, especially if I need to order parts in. Because next thing you know, we'll have like the majority of it done, and I need all these parts for the trees. So, which wouldn't be an issue because, you know, I could do probably 1 or 2 simple orders. But I thought if I talk about it now, I can decide whether A, we should have trees, B, we shouldn't have trees, or C, these aren't the trees we want. Because these are kind of the ones I've came up with. Right now, you're looking at it. This one's a little probably too tilted, in my opinion, which I can kind of see where it's coming from. I can kind of straighten it up there. So they are really moldable with these parts. I just used the battle droid arms and like the dark brown kind of for the commando droids. That's all I used to build them. And kind of here's one built. Here's another one kind of partially built without the leaf. You can see kind of I have Captain Rex on there. About the height, I'll actually put them on. Kind of see. They look fairly well. Like they're not crazy tall, but I don't want them crazy tall either. So I think they're at a really nice height. They're kind of moldable. Kind of look like they've been through a lot or whatever. So I like that idea. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to try to build one right now, actually, just kind of for you. Kind of so you can get the idea. All I do is I just take, you know, the two hands and put them together. So you attach on there. Now, I think one of these I was having troubles with the other day attaching them to. Like this one, it's holding on fairly well, but not great. Let me try this other one. For this one, hopefully. This one's really not, that one's just not sliding into, so that's the one I had issues with. But I really hope I didn't break anything there. There we go, yeah. So the part kind of just settles in nice and snug, and I like that. So it kind of gives you an idea on how I'm going to build the trees, what I'm going to do. I'll need more of pretty much all these parts, especially this green part actually is what I'll need more of. That's going to be the one thing hindering me from doing it. Because in all honesty, I don't want trees all over the place. I probably want maybe, I say 10 would be probably max pushing it. But that's even if we put in trees. So kind of something in the comments, comment down below. Should I do trees, yes or no? If I should they look like this? The one thing I want you to remember is this place has been blown, like the environment has been under constant battle for 2 months. So essentially that means, you know, between cannons, tanks, mortars, regular gunfire, whatever its original plant terrain, it was pretty much gone. So I kind of like the idea of either having these trees and a couple of them standing up, maybe a couple of them falling down, or just leave it as kind of like a barren wasteland type thing where maybe I will just have like these with no leaves. I'm not sure yet, but definitely let me know what you think. This is kind of a step towards the trees. I don't want to make it too big of the segment, but I think it's something that we should at least talk about now so I have an idea for the future. So let's keep moving on with today's video. Alright, so that was week 7. A lot more done than what I thought was ever going to get done for week 7. It's kind of funny just because initially, I think last segment I was talking about and trees. Next week is just trees because I have nothing else to talk about at all. But I was able to come across the filler brick, which looks great. You know, it brings the mock up to the final level that I want it to be at. If you don't follow me on Instagram, essentially, if you own a Lego ATM 6 unmodified, because I just recently modified mine, but if you own one unmodified, it stands about 2 bricks taller than that. If you go the base plate and the ATM 6 on the same level, that's about how tall it is, about 2 bricks taller than the ATM 6, which looks great. So to kind of finish off talking about the mock for this, I just have a couple questions. One is the trees. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Is there another design I should maybe look into using? The only reason why I'm really hesitant on the trees is because the idea is this battle's been lasting about a month and a half, 2 months. Like if you want to put it in universe retrospect. So, you know, the land has been just destroyed and demolished by warfare. So that's kind of why I don't see trees a lot, or envision trees when I'm building it, or initially the idea. So comment below if you want those trees or no trees. Also, we did get to work on the foxholes this week, which was really nice. I was happy to kind of start prototyping those. So those will be kind of the idea. They're going to vary, obviously, and bigger and smaller. But let me know, do you like the foxholes, or should I come back to them in a later segment and with a whole nother idea to them, kind of revamp them? Let me know that as well. And then the pool. You're probably like, what are you talking about, Hunter? The pool, it's that little indent area I talked about briefly after the time-lapse. There's a little indent in the middle of the cliff, kind of up top in the middle, where the clones are going to be kind of running through the main forces. So let me know if I should keep that idea or not, or if I should just level everything out and just, you know, we'll level it all out and then go back through and create divots and, you know, textured terrain. But I kind of like the idea of having this kind of area where they've all been kind of centralized and had to build out from. So let me know what do you think there, because I got a couple cool ideas with that. Before I end the video this week, I know there's probably going to be a lot more talking at the end than normal, because I think last week there was like no talking at the end or in the beginning. But there's just a few things that have come up in the community that I think, or that I'd like to address. One of those is copying other builders. One of the great YouTubers out there, the Brickwiz, he's building a crate mock, just like Rich Boy J, just like Solid Brick Studios, just like all these other guys out there. But he was recently and pretty intensely attacked for his choice in the mock build. You know, he's on week, I want to say around the same as me, between 7 and 10. He was going good, and all of a sudden he started on his wall, and people just hit him hard, especially too because he commented on the recent Solid Brick Studios segment. Something I want to kind of get out there and take away from this. Rich Boy J's done a video on this, so if you really want to hear it in depth, go check out his video because he hits it right on the nose. I agree with him. Solid Brick Studios agrees with him. A lot of us agree with him, actually. So definitely, if you want to get more into that, or this topic, go check out his video, Rich Boy J's. But I just want to point out that in the LEGO community, there's only so many things we can build from Star Wars. And when a new movie comes out, whatever happens to that movie, that's like the big thing for the next 3 to 6 months on YouTube. You know, whether it's just Star Wars videos or LEGO mocks. So he's being attacked pretty hard for Crate is a little upsetting because he's copying Solid Brick Studios, because he's sharing some of the techniques of Solid Brick Studios. So I just want to let you all know that I don't think there's any copying the community. Yeah, you can say this person's building the same thing, or this person used this technique and this person's kind of saw that and kind of hopped on board with the idea. But there's only so many techniques out there that eventually we're all going to overlap in our techniques at some point in time. So I think it's fair to say that if you want to build a mock, whether it's Crate, Hoth, Endor, Scarif, Kashyyyk, what else is out there? Tef. I don't know. I'm just coming up with other ideas off the top of my head. Go ahead and build it. If you attack someone for saying, if you're one of those people like, wow, you're just copying them, I personally say, unless you can show me something different, dude, just dislike the video, or just kind of don't leave a comment, because it tears. I know some people out there, they get teared down pretty hardcore for negative comments that aren't constructive. It's one thing if you say, that just doesn't look good, try this, but it's a whole nother ball game when you say, what are you doing, you're just copying that guy. So I want to just kind of leave the idea of that there's no copying the community. We all share techniques, we all bounce ideas around, so there's that. And my last point today, kind of bring it back on a happier note, extra videos from me. What else would you like to see as videos from me? I got a couple mini mocks, not super detailed, but I got a couple mini mocks that are clean. We'll go with the word clean. They look clean. They're simple. If I should share those, or if there's another type of video you want to see me do. So comment that below too. So before, I keep saying before I go, but the last things I want to leave you on is the several things I want you to comment on for me today. Is go or no go for the trees. And if it's a go, keep the design, change the design. Should I keep the pool, the idea of the pool, where the clones are going to be coming out of? Should I, foxholes, are they cool, or should I just forget the idea in general? Then, what should I do for more videos? I want to get more content out to you, so I want to hear what you want. I want to hear from you guys, from you all, what you want to see from me. Otherwise, rate, comment, subscribe. If you think I'm not active enough here, or that last question is going to give you a chance to get me more active here. If not, follow me on Instagram, because I post minimum once a day, usually somewhere upwards of 3 to 4 times a day. So I'm pretty active on Instagram, and I'm always talking with people on there. So thank you guys for taking your time and watching my video today. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you're not, and I'll catch you in my next video.